Welcome to Getting to Know You. I'm your host, Eman Tuzman-Eagan. I'm happy to welcome you to this podcast where we get to know members of the Berkshire Hills Music Academy better. Our guest for today's episode of Getting to Know You is Cindy Catuogno, joining us live from Berkshire Hills. Welcome to Getting to Know You, Cindy. I'm so glad to have the chance to interview you today.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm glad to be here.
First question, what is it like to be a special education teacher?
There are so many different aspects of being a special education teacher. So I really enjoy the variety and the different kinds of challenges and the victories that I get to witness and be part of in my students' lives. So I really enjoy it.
What is it like to have a master's degree in education?
It was work to get there. I started teaching. I wasn't expecting to be a special education teacher. I thought I was going to teach elementary school. I thought I was going to teach 5th or 6th grade. And that's what I trained for, and then decided I wanted to do something different. I got a job in special education and had to start my master's degree right away. So I was teaching full-time and going to school and all sorts of things to try to get through that. So it was a lot of work, just like anybody else who does advanced degrees.
Where did you get your education?
I did my bachelor's degree at Wheaton College in Illinois and my master's degree at Westfield State University.
What is your favorite life skills class that you've taught?
Oh. There are quite a few that I've really enjoyed, but probably the one that is, I think I'm going to give you two. Probably my two favorites are science, which I've really enjoyed getting a chance to introduce different aspects of science to a lot of students who didn't have much science in their high school careers. So that's been really a lot of fun. And because I love reading so much, I've loved getting to be part of Readers Theater and the acting and reading aspects of that. So those are probably my two favorites.
How long have you worked at BHMA?
I have been here for a little over 8 years.
How did you end up at BHMA?
My 1 year of teaching elementary school was the year before I came here. So I taught 3rd grade for a year and then decided I wanted to be back in special education. And so I was looking for a job, and this one came up kind of in an odd way. And I interviewed on Labor Day weekend, and they needed a teacher to start. And I was hired on Labor Day, and I started the Wednesday after. And I haven't looked back. And I love the music, so that's been one of the things that's really cemented me here. I've really enjoyed that part of our program.
If you had a superpower, what would it be?
Oh, man. Okay.
This is our favorite question.
And I didn't prepare for this. Okay. If I had a superpower, it would probably be something related to peacemaking. Some kind of like understanding that would allow me to help people get along better. So, yeah, that's probably what it would be. The other thing I would really love to be able to do is move quickly from one place to another, like in Bewitched, where she wiggles her nose and she can just transport. I would also like that.
If you could teach life skills to anyone in the world, who would it be and why?
Wow. I'm going to say Bart Simpson.
Good answer. Since you work at a music academy do you play an instrument or sing, or do you aspire to learn someday?
Okay. Yes and yes. So I sing. I love to sing. I've been singing in choruses and choirs since I was probably about 10 or so. But my mom sang a lot. My mom has a lovely singing voice, and so I grew up singing with my mom. And I've done lots of that over the years. I play keyboard. I can read music, and I play keyboard not particularly well because I don't play very often, but I took organ lessons growing up.
Whoa.
And 1 year of flute, which I couldn't possibly play anymore. I bought a ukulele several years ago, probably 3 years ago, and have done very little to learn it. So I really want to learn the ukulele. I've started to teach myself guitar several different times. And have never stuck with it. I have a guitar at home, so if I can teach myself the uke or if I can learn it, I might transition to guitar, but I'm going to start with uke. So, yes, so all of those things are yeses.
Do you have anything else that you'd like to add before we end?
Really glad to be part of your project, and I'm glad to be part of the Berkshire Hills community, and really enjoy the people here, and I'm glad for having a chance to share a little bit. So thank you for inviting me.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to today's episode of Getting to Know You. I'd like to thank Cindy again for taking the time to talk with us. Our theme song is Getting to Know You by Rodgers and Hammerstein, performed by BHMA community member Franklin Nichols. Editing is done by Ben Rosenthal. Creative direction by me, Eman Tuzman-Eagan, with creative support from my mom. We hope you enjoyed the show.